Hi, my name is Julia. I'm an aspiring small business owner, and that's just about everything that people know about me on the internet. I am brand new to YouTube, since a lot of you do not know who I am or what the heck I'm doing here. I'm going to be answering some questions that I got asked on Instagram, and while I'm answering those questions, I will be taking you through some projects that I have been working on this week, such as finishing up an order that I got, developing a new product for my future shop, and finishing an acrylic painting just for the fun of it. And that's actually the first thing I'm going to do in this video, so while I'm doing that, I'm going to answer the first question. Transition. Okay, so the first question comes from Salty Existence, and she asks, what got you into art in the first place? Sparkle, sparkle. So I feel like I got into art 3 times in my life. So the first time I got into art was with my friends in middle school and early high school, because we used to draw together all the time and even make OCs together. And it was really fun, but I guess OCs weren't really my thing, and high school was kicking in at that point, so I stopped for a bit. The second time is when I got super inspired from this art YouTuber called Marco, and he used to paint and customize shoes and murals, and I even painted my own shoes a couple times because of this. Although he's still one of my favorite YouTubers to this day, his art was not truly what I wanted to do, and I was just kind of doing what he was doing. But the most recent time was like in November 2023, when I was like, I like making art, but I can't do it because I'm so dog water right now. So I want to be not dog water. I want to be art god. So while school got in the way a couple of times, now that I've graduated, I am all in. So to sum it up, it was first friends, then a YouTuber, then the fact that I was dog water and had a bunch of ideas that I wanted to execute. Okay, I think that's a good stopping point for today. I just wanted to get a nice base layer down, and I'm also going to work on the clay plates that I need to redo now. So I'm gonna do that and answer the next question. Liv Draws Things asks the next question, which says, is art your true passion and what you hope to do as a future career? If so, what art field? Sparkly heart. Yes, 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 1,000 times yes. Art is 100% my passion, and it is my dream to be a self-employed small art business owner and content creator. Wow, long title, but that makes sense because there's a lot to it. But yes, I envision myself running my online shop, being a vendor at markets and craft fairs, and engaging with my very own art community. How exciting is that? I just cannot wait, and the fact that it's basically already happening right now is even better. Which, if you have any questions about what my plans are for my small business, then leave a comment down below. I would also love to hear about you and your small businesses if you have one or are aspiring to get there like I am. Hello everyone, it's the next day. Today there will be a lot of arts and crafts and painting, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the day started by sculpting a tomato charm that I want to make and recording it for a video that I want to upload either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'll go ahead and get started with the tomatoes. The next question comes from Helen Rose 05, and she asks, what made you want to start making content with your art? This actually ties into the previous question, but it's because of my dream of being a small art business owner and content creator full-time. I want to be able to grow an audience for myself, grow as an artist, and build a community. And hopefully in the end, I can inspire others in the process, just as others inspired me. Staying on the topic of content, H Wallace 2258 asks, what are your tips for aspiring YouTubers? Now, this is a funny question because I am an aspiring YouTuber myself, but if I had to give advice from my beginner knowledge, I would definitely say to just start, because you will learn so much more by actually doing YouTube than planning about it. You'll be able to figure out things that you can't do through just planning, like your filming and editing style, your pacing, and so much more. Plus, no matter how much you plan, the first video you make is not going to be perfect. No one makes an absolute banger on their first try. So with more practice, you'll get better and you'll be able to look back and see how you can and have improved. Okay, update in my room because my entire family is occupying the living and dining room area, which is where I work. So this is what it's like to start a YouTube channel when you're still at home. You have to hide and talk to yourself. Anyways, here's the update. I finished painting the tomatoes, It took me a bit to figure out where I wanted to take the tomato, like the personality, the name. I actually made like a little tomboy one, and this was actually my brother's idea, but it was supposed to be like a Tommy the Tomboy tomato. But then I finally found like the final product, and this is what I'm gonna use. Here he is. He's not glazed yet, but I'm calling him Tommy the Timid Tomato. But here he is. He's a little shy, and I think he came out so cute. So I can't wait to resin it, but I have to wait for my family to evacuate the area because resin is kind of toxic. Actually, while we're here, and I'm gonna answer this question sent in by Sierra B18. What's your favorite fruit snack? Amazing question. I actually don't eat fruit snacks that much. We just never have them in our house, and I never think to buy it. But if I had to say something, I think it'd be like the lemon or lime ones, like something that would be kind of sour. Okay, now we can get into glazing. The next question is by Creative Crayon Consumer, and he asks, how do you do calculus? This class is so hard. Girl, I'm asking the same question. I had a math minor in college, and it was fun and all, but it was so difficult. Lord have mercy. The only tips I have for you is show up to class and ask a lot of questions. Okay, just finished the tomatoes as you saw, and as you can see, I have marks from where the mask used to be. Gotta wear your protection. I say that, and then I literally was not wearing protection for the first like 3 weeks that I was using resin because I didn't know it was that important. So hopefully that doesn't mean anything. I'm just gonna let those hang out and clean up, and then I'll get back to the painting that I started yesterday. While we're here, I thought I'd answer this question sent by Demi. But she asked, what's your current favorite artwork? And I have an answer to that. So for those of you who don't know, I did a 30-day challenge where I drew a portrait every day with Crayola markers. And there's actually a full video for that on this channel. It's actually my first YouTube video. But in this challenge, I drew something that I never knew I could pull out my goofy off. And it's this Tyler the Creator marker portrait. This was done with Crayola markers. I'm still amazed at myself to this day. Like, I don't know what I ate that morning, but I need to eat it every single day because I was so proud of myself when I made this, and it really showed me that if I put in enough practice and keep trying, I'll be able to make art that I really like. I felt like after that I could do anything. But yeah, this is my favorite right now. Today is my day off, but one thing I am gonna do is mail in this order that I got. It's like my first unofficial order. Shout out to my auntie. I don't have a shop up yet, but she basically made an order through DMs. So I just wanted to show you what she ordered before I pack it up for the post office. Okay, this is everybody. She got a balloon dog with keychain, which I've never made before. She just asked if I could make it, and I think it came out really cute. Then she got 2 of these mini strawberry plates. A watermelon plate has the design on the back, and then 2 of these papaya jewelry dishes. So big thank you to her. This is going to help support me a lot, and I'm just super excited to pack them up. Christian Canvas asks, what art supplies would you recommend for someone just starting out? I love this question because as someone who uses art supplies made for children, I definitely have an answer for this, and that is use what you have. You don't need the world's most expensive art supplies. Heck, I definitely don't use the most expensive art supplies. But think about it like this. If you were a beginner at piano, you would not go out and buy a grand piano or the most expensive and high-tech keyboard. All those high-end pianos would technically sound better, but you would get the most reasonable option for you because at the end of the day, you just want to learn how to play the piano. Then once you get more invested in your hobby, you can invest more in yourself if you like and see what else you can do. But this is the same for art because one of the reasons I started drawing with Crayola markers is because we happen to have some in our house, and I wanted to give them a whirl because actual art markers are so gosh darn expensive. And now that I use them all the time, I actually don't even want the expensive markers, I think, ever, because at the end of the day, I can still make art with Crayola markers. But just remember this, it's not the art supplies that make you better, it's the practice you put into your art. Hey everyone, it's the next and last day of this vlog. I'm gonna start this day out with editing today's reel, which is gonna be about the tomato I was making. I'm super excited for that. It came out so good. I popped off on this one. I'm getting better and better, which is great and so rewarding to see. But I'm just gonna be editing it on here. This is my old phone, and as you can see, it's not in the best shape. It's literally blacked out in this corner here, but it works. Like, it still turns on, so this is what we're gonna be using to edit. But yeah, while I'm editing, I'll answer some questions. The next question is from Art by Demi, and she asks, what medium do you still want to try? So many, but the first and foremost one is acrylic paint, which, although I've used acrylic paint before many times actually, the stuff I made was either like a cartoon illustration thing or a scenery. I never painted a portrait, which is what I do a lot now, but other mediums I would love to try are oil pastels, because bro, paint in a crayon, how cool is that? Speaking of crayons, I would also like to make an art piece primarily using crayons. Oh, and definitely gouache, because I don't know why, but every time I see that type of paint being used, it looks so juicy. The next question I actually got asked a couple of times, but it's basically, where do I get inspiration for my art? Besides Pinterest and my friends, my two biggest inspirations are YouTubers and the concept of the more art I make, the more inspired I get, which honestly, that second reason might only work for me, but I find that the more I create, the better I get and the more capable I feel. For example, after completing the portrait challenge, I was like, oh, what else can I do with this? What mediums can I use? What styles can I try? What sizes can I make art on? Making art excites me, and it's almost like when I finish something, I'm always like, what can I make next with my new set of skills? YouTubers are also a huge inspiration, not really for art and more for small business and content creation stuff, which can also be an art in itself. But watching content from creators like Uncomfy, Monica's Collective, and ATH Art are all small business owners and help to inspire me because they are all in a place where I hope to be one day. So not only do I get to learn a lot from these channels, but it's also a reminder of where I want to be and that I can get there. And here is the final product of the painting. But thank you so much for sticking around till the end and watching. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask in the comments down below and I'll be sure to respond. I would also love to get to know you guys some more, so if you have a small business that you would like to share or some art that you are working on, I would love to see and hear about it in the comment section, and I will definitely check it out. But once again, thank you for watching, and please consider leaving a like so we can build this art community together. But I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. Bye!